everyone, welcome back to Dramatic Budgets. If this is your first time here, then my name's Lisa and I'm on a debt-free and hopefully savings journey to get rid of what started out as just under £11,000 worth of debt. If you have been with me before, then thank you so much for coming back and joining me for another video. So guys, it's kind of a double video this week. Because I have been away this week, so obviously I didn't do a check-in for the end of November last week. So this week is going to be week 5 of November and the closeout for that, and week 1 of December. So because of that, I kind of don't know where my budget is in real numbers, if I'm honest, just because the 2 weeks have kind of come together. So everything's a little bit of a mishmash. The back end of my trip was a little bit stressful, as I will explain. So I'll kind of explain everything as I go along, if I can remember, because week 5 of November seems like a hell of a long time ago now. So I'll show you to start with. I have completely emptied my weekly wallet. And what I've done is basically any cash that I had left, I've put in my bank envelope, alongside any of the scrappy change that was left in my sinking funds that I've used. If we come across any extra, I can put those into challenges as well. But I've not put that money into my budget because we know that my numbers were wrong at the end of week 4 of November, because it said I was in a minus and I wasn't. So that's how we're going to do it. And then hopefully by the end of December, I'll know exactly what my numbers are, and we'll be able to work that out so that my numbers are more sort of exact than they were. Hope that makes sense. So week 5 of November was the 27th of November to the 3rd of December. There is a little bit of credit card use in. I'll explain as I go along. But yeah, so Monday was the 27th was my other half's birthday. So I have put that it's a no spend, but I did have a credit card transaction. So I took him to the fish and chip restaurant down the road from him for his birthday. I knew I didn't have enough money in my bank account to cover it, and I didn't get paid till the day after. So I did actually use my credit card, but from my bank account it was a no spend. Probably false economy we put in that, but there you go. The 28th was payday. Hallelujah. I went to the dentist in the evening, so that was £88. But I got some of that back from the health scheme. So I got most of it back through the health scheme, which you'll see first week of December, and the rest has come out of my healthcare envelope. So although I've written it on here, it technically hasn't come out of my budget because I've paid my budget back. Morrison's, I went and filled the car up. I'm rubbish at this. So it was £20 and a penny. So that was my fuel. I got myself a meal deal at work for my lunch, which was £4.50 out of my spending envelope. I ended up with a McDonald's for £10.68. Now this was because I had been under the impression that I was having dinner with my mum. She then, it turned out, was going to work, and I literally came home, picked up my click and collect grocery shop from Asda, went into town, which you'll see on here, didn't get everything I needed in town, so ended up going to the big Asda, and then I had the dentist. So because I was literally here, there and everywhere, I ended up going to McDonald's and just getting stuff from there. Not ideal just before you go to the dentist, but you know. So that was £10.68. Argos, I bought myself a backpack to go on holiday with, so that came out of my holiday fund, which was £20. The Asda Click and Collect shop was £26.55 for my groceries, and then the big Asda shop, I needed a hat, scarf and gloves. I had a very quick look in Sainsbury's, but I just did not have chance. There was just nothing really there. I wanted ideally a set, but they don't really seem to do those anymore, because in Germany it was thick with snow and it was like minus I don't know, 6 or something. So I definitely needed some. So I ended up at the big Asda, as I call it, and ended up with a set of hat and scarf, and then just got a separate, hat and gloves, and got a separate scarf. So that was £32. So again, I took that out of my holiday fund. Wednesday and Thursday were lovely no spend days. Friday, unfortunately, we found out that one of our friends in Germany, her dad was really unwell whilst my mum and my sister were there. My mum had contacted me on the Thursday and just said, can you go and buy some condolence cards and just keep them hidden when you get here, just in case we don't need them. As it turned out, we did need them because unfortunately her dad passed away the early hours of the Friday before I got there. I was only able to get one condolence card because it was only a small card factory, so that was £1.29, and then the rest I got from this Cards Galore in London. It was the only option I had because I didn't finish work till 5 on the Friday. I tried Card Factory, I tried the supermarkets that I could get to, and there was no real like husband or dad cards. Cards Galore didn't really have them either, but I had no choice by that point because we'd got on a bus to London at 9:30 in the morning, so there was no time to do the to go look in Leeds beforehand. So yes, that was £11.97. Again, all of that came out of my gifts envelope, both of those. But yeah, so that was kind of a little bit sad. And then I had TfL, which is obviously Transport for London, £7.35. So that was for the tube from the centre of London out to Heathrow Airport, plus the bus from the airport to the hotel. And then on the 3rd, I had £1.75 again for TfL, which was the bus back from the hotel to the airport for us to get our flight. I did have a credit card spend on this day. Yeah, so on these days. So on the Saturday, I paid with my credit card for Pizza Express. I think it was on there. I'm sure I paid for it with my credit card. I can't actually remember now. That was just for some tea. And then, because, my friends, I am such a complete and utter idiot, I realised when we got to the airport on Sunday that the lounge that I'd bought, that my mum had paid half for my other half's birthday, I had booked for this day, and we didn't fly till this day. I only knew once we were in the airport, and I actually looked at the app and it said already travelled, and I went, no, we haven't. And when I looked at the booking confirmation, I realised that I'd booked it for the Saturday and not the Sunday, which meant that my poor other half didn't get to eat and drink his way through the lounge pass for his birthday as expected. Yeah, wasn't ideal. I did offer to pay for a different lounge because the one that we were in was fully booked. But because I get mine through like the health discounts website, because I'm NHS, it would have been about £90 to book it last minute, and he put his foot down and refused to allow me to do that. So I did pay on my credit card for things like coffees and some food. I think we did the Itsu bar in the airport. So yeah, so note to self, don't ever book anything without somebody double checking it if you're an idiot like me, because it not only puts a bit of a downer on the day, but it means that people go without the birthday present that they've been given. So yeah, so it wasn't ideal. It wasn't great. But to be fair, both of us were absolutely full of cold, coughing our guts up, and it was just like the last straw, and both of us kind of was like sat in the airport just wanting to cry. It wasn't good. But yeah, so that's a little bit of credit card use. So we'll go to the budget sheet for the week. So we are here. So we are started on, this is this was wrong and we knew it was wrong, but we're going to go with it anyway for now. So we started off with a rollover of minus £21.72. It wasn't right because I did have money in my bank account, so it was wrong. My salary went in at £2,048.89. So that's a basic with weekends. I think when I get paid this month will be basic without weekends, so at least I'll know what my usual basic pay is. So that took us up to £2,027.17p. Most of my bills went out as expected. There's a few little changes. So my internet was actually £28.37 this week. That week for the month. Because I'd changed my contract, one deal had come to the end and we'd sorted it. So that's why it was reduced. Mobile was the same, car loan was the same. So my Kindle, they tried to take out, but for some reason, I hadn't realised that another pending payment had gone out. So it left it less than this £9.49, so it didn't take it out. And what it does, if anybody hasn't got Amazon and stuff, is that it'll take it off the next card on the list, which turned out to be my mum's. So she's fine. She was fine with it because she uses my Prime very regularly, which is part of my Amazon package, obviously. So she was happy to pay that for me for this month, so that's fine. So that ended up not coming out. Life insurance, water, utilities, car insurance, Netflix, Currys, Prime, account fee, TV licence, mortgage, my union fees, car tax and council tax all came out as expected. My credit card didn't, but it has come out. It came out on the Monday, so it came out in week 1 of December's budget. So we've added it onto there. So that is a total bills of £864.44, leaving £1,162.73. So expenses in total, we spent £37.23 on food, £20 and a penny on fuel, £18.50 on spends, nothing on miscellaneous, but £9.10 on transport for London. That obviously wasn't covered by anything. So that in the end was £84.84, leaving £1,077.89. I have not budgeted or taken out the budget for any of my challenges because it's also back to bank money that I've got. But because this was wrong, I'm not sort of budgeting it. My sinking funds, as anybody that's seen my cash stuffing video will know that I didn't have any spare cash for sinking funds, so that was a 0. And then my overdraft was just 62p, so that leaves us at the end of November with £1,077.27. So that was really good. And then we go on to the first week in December, and I'm just going to let my dog out because there we go. I've just given him his Sunday night snack, and he always likes to go out after it. I don't know why. There we go. So week 1 in December went from the 4th to the 10th, which is today. Obviously I was in Germany for most of the week, so we had lovely no spend days for Monday, Tuesday and Wednesday, because obviously everything was in euros that I'd budgeted for, that I'd changed my money over, so that was fine. Thursday would have been, but Plum took an automatic out of £25.18. It wasn't expected, but I've just realised I've not put that on the list. But again, it's something that is in my savings that I can bring back if needs be, so that's fine. So this is where the stress started to hit. So on Thursday, our friend that who lost their dad was coming up to us every morning for breakfast. So in Germany they have lots of bakeries, as we used to do in England, that do fresh bread rolls. So she was bringing the bread rolls every morning for us to have breakfast. This day, thank the Lord, she wasn't feeling too good, and so sent us a text and said, look, I'm not going to come for breakfast this morning. And we said, that's fine. So my mum decided that she would go down for the bread rolls. So obviously my mum had driven over to Germany. She got into the car, she pressed the start button, and nothing happened. So we ended up spending the entirety of our last day in Germany trying to sort out what was wrong with the car. She realised she didn't have any AA in Europe. It was UK only, so that was our first issue. Luckily, our friend was able to get somebody to come out on his German version of the AA under his membership. They came out and said there's nothing wrong with the battery, which is what we thought it was. It needs taking to a garage and hooking up to one of their machines who can see where the fault is and what's wrong with the car. So our friend that we were staying with then spent most of the day contacting different garages and all those sorts of things, and trying to find someone that would be willing to look at Mum's car ASAP, because we were due on a ferry on Friday evening from Rotterdam, which is a 5 and a bit hour drive from where we were in Germany. Eventually managed to find somewhere that was willing to take it. So that cost my mum the €290 bill to get it to the garage. And when they hooked it up, they realised that my mum's starter motor had gone. So they ordered the starter motor as a urgent and said, we will get it done as soon as it comes in the morning, and we'll do it as a priority for you because we're aware that you need the car. So hence a little bit of a stressful evening, because we were sort of thinking in the back of our minds what time we had to set off without missing the ferry. So the last time that you can board this ferry was 7:30 at night. So we sort of decided that unless the car came, we could set off before 2 p.m. on the Friday. There was no point even setting off. So we were trying to think of all the things that we could do, moving the booking to the following day, driving to the Eurotunnel instead, but that had issues because in France there is different rules into headlights and things, which we hadn't obviously got with us and taken into consideration. Luckily, the German garage was absolutely fantastic. They managed to get the car fixed and Mum was able to collect it. We had the car packed up and we left at 10 to 1 in the afternoon. So we managed to get there for 6:30 onto the ferry, so with an hour to spare. So thank the Lords. So I paid on the way. One of these is for the toilet, because none of the toilets are free in Germany at service stations. And because of, I don't know if it's Brexit or anything else, if you use your card in Europe, they do it into English for it to come off your card, but then they take like a percentage. So every transaction has a percentage on it. So it actually cost me 71 pence to go to the toilet. And then the second time we stopped, both me and my mum, who were driving, my other half doesn't drive, we needed a coffee because we were just so tired. So that was £5.83 for the 2 coffees. Weren't cracking, if I'm honest. And then once we got onto the ferry, we'd already pre-booked food, but I paid for a bottle of wine because, quite frankly, we needed it by that point to go with dinner. So that was £20. So yeah, so Saturday was a pretty busy day, but I didn't spend anything until I realised that I've got people visiting next weekend, I'm working the weekend after, and then it's Christmas. And so I suddenly started to freak out about Christmas presents. So this Etsy purchase is not budgeting stuff for the change. It's actually my other half's main Christmas present that I've ordered for him. So that was £19.99. But that's come out of my Christmas fund, so that's fine. And then today we have been down, our godparents live in Plymouth. Obviously we live in Yorkshire. So we do a meet-up every year, usually end of November, beginning of December, to sort of have a meal together and swap presents and things. So we've been down there. So that was £43 for my share of the food today. We did nip to our friend's party, which was, she's just got married and is moving to Alabama because that's where her husband lives. So she was having just like a little drop in at one of the local pubs. When we got there, we didn't actually need to buy a drink because they just had all these bottles of Prosecco. So I had a glass of Prosecco. We didn't stay very long. Then we've come home. So that is the first week of December. Oh, God, it's so tiring. But I don't think I've put some of these on. I haven't. These expenses that we weren't expecting. So the rollover obviously was £1,077.27p. My health scheme paid me back the £67, so that leaves us with £1,144.27. The house insurance went out as expected, and the credit card that didn't go out last week went out. It was less than it was expected to be, so that's £183.07, which was £217.32 in total, leaving £926.95. And then I've put nothing down for expenses, but I've just remembered that obviously there is my plum that needs to go on here, because although it's not something I expected to go out, it did actually go out. Did I pay for those? That's from Christmas, so that doesn't need to go on. Those, I had no more money in the holiday stuff, so I'm just going to put Germany, and that was, let me get my calculator if I can find it. There it is. So we had 71p, 583 plus 20, so that's actually 26.54, and the food, which has come out of my accounts obviously, so that's 43. Yeah, don't know why I didn't calculate this before, completely forgot. So let's so 26.54 plus 25.18 plus 43 is actually quite a bit, 94.72. So if we take that off, 926.95, that leaves us with £832.23, which is less than we've budgeted for up to now. But when I do my cash stuff in, I will look at what I've already paid out and what I was going to put into sinking funds. So the savings, obviously we've not put anything away, and the overdraft was zero this week, which was great. So that leaves us at the end of the week with £832.23 going into week 2. So 832.23. So yeah, so next week's not looking too bad. I've got just a few direct debits going out. There's not much going on actually direct debits wise until after payday now, so that's quite good. That kind of gives us a little bit of a breather. Obviously I have got things like my big shop and stuff going out this week, and I've got nothing planned in as far as I'm aware, except for I've got a couple of friends from university visiting this weekend, and I've booked a meal for us to go out for, so obviously there's that to deal with, but I'm looking to stuff some money into my sinking funds for that. So what I'm going to do now is I am going to get rid of all this lovely lot, and I'll take you through the sinking funds that I've got. In fact, what I might do is take you through the sinking funds first, just because we can add any more change to this back to bank envelope. The money from my healthcare envelope that I'm paying back, I've actually kept back, and that's going into the back to bank envelope once we've closed out the end of the month, because technically that was from December, not November. So hope you're understanding this. I'm still in a bit of a delirious state, really, from coming home. So, envelopes. So obviously in the emergency fund we have got £400, which was great. If I'd have needed to use that to help my mum out, then I would have done, just to get us home. Credit card, again, I've just left that this month, and we'll just look at that at the end of December, because you know, it's just past it. Holidays, everything has gone, which is what was expected. Boiler, I've just realised I normally write these down, don't I? And honestly, guys, I am such, not a klutz, I don't even know what the word is anymore. So I keep doing this, and it's because I've just been out all day today, and yesterday was such a busy day with getting home that my brain has just stayed in Germany, I think, quite frankly. So let's have a look. So we can do this whilst November. So let's go back to the beginning. So there we go. So the emergency fund started on 360 and ended on 400. So that's always good. Credit card we don't put on here anyway. Holidays. Obviously started off with 175 and obviously is finishing with nothing. So the boiler is on the other page. So boiler started off with nothing and has now got £5 in. So Christmas, now this is where it's going to get difficult, because I am not actually calculating the money that I've taken out at the minute. So we started off on £220. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to look at these. Again, normally I'd take this little bit of shrapnel out of here, but because I'm still buying Christmas presents, we've left it on. So that is 5, 10, 25, 15, 10, 20, 15, 25, 5, 10, 25, 15, 10, 25, 15, 20, 5, 10, 25, 15, 15. So 320. I don't know why I've done that either. Oh, Lisa, what are you doing with your life? So 320 in Christmas. Honestly. So that's that. So car insurance. So car insurance started with £30 and it has now got 10, 20, 30. So it's got £40 in there now. So that's always great. And spa fund. Started off with 15 and has still got 15 in there. There we go. So that's that one. One of my New Year's resolutions is gonna be to try and be a little bit more organised with these bloody videos. So the car maintenance started off with 0. It's still got 0, which will be interesting because I had to take while I was away, I had to book a car in because my anti-pollution filter light came back on. So my uncle had to take that in for me. So yeah, they haven't left a bill in the car for me, so I just need to pop down and find out what's going on with that and how much I owe. So the hair and beauty, we started off with 5 and we are finishing with 5. So I'm not having my hair done before Christmas, so that's all good. So date night. Yeah, so date night started with nothing, and as you can see, he's finishing with nothing. Yeah, so gifts. So gifts started off with £6 in it. I did add some more to it, but we have got 5, 6, 7, 8, £9 in there that's left. So that is good. It's positive, so it's fine. And healthcare, obviously we did put some in there, but we've taken it out. So we started off the month with £15 in there, and we've got £2, £3, £4 left. So that's that one. House started off with 10 and has now got 20 in there, so that's all good. I will sort out all this later. Shows has started off with nothing and is finishing with nothing. Fur Baby is the same. Started and finished with nothing because we spent it all. Slimming World started off with nothing and is finishing on £5. And Self Care started off with 5 and is finishing with 10. So, and we just need to do the old calculations. So we have got 400 plus 320 plus 40 in that one. Five, 9 and 4. So it's got 23 in that box. And 5. Nope. 10, 20, 5 and 15. So we started with 30. 50, so that will hopefully mean that we're up. So we started with £841 and we are finishing with 760 plus 23 plus 50. Yeah, ooh, not quite. But, you know, do you know what? We are £8 down on what we had last month, and I'm not going to worry about that whatsoever because I think that's pretty damn good. You know, all my money for my holiday's gone. So, you know, I'm really, really happy with that one. So I'm not going to worry about that at all. And I don't think we've had any shrapnel, did we? So that's fine. So the last thing I'm going to do, because I'm aware that I have been rambling on now for 30 minutes. So if you are still with me, thank you. This back to bank envelope. And we're going to try and do it in a way that I'm not going to deafen anybody with any headphones on. So we will just put the pound coins to one side because obviously I haven't got any notes in here, so we are not going to be doing any of the annual ones, which is fine. If the annual ones need to go on to next year, then that's fine. I'm doing all right with that at the minute. So let's have a look. Oh, Now the dog's found something to bark at. So, no pound coins in there, is there? Right, so we'll just move that over there for now. God, here we go. Bark, bark, bark. I don't know what he's barking at because the blinds are shut because obviously it's dark. So I don't know. He's obviously heard something. So 1, 2, 3, 4 we've got. So there we go. We've got a nice little 4 there that we can fill in. So I am going to try for 2024 to focus a little bit more on challenges because I feel like I've kind of fallen by the wayside a little bit with them this year, in that I don't feel in fact I can't even remember when the last time I completed one was. So yeah, so I'm going to try, if I can, to focus a little bit more on that. May be because of the annual ones that challenges that I had, and I think I just kind of overfaced myself a little bit with them, which wasn't ideal, but it's like, what can you do? So yeah, so that's that one done, and then hopefully we can do a nice little bit on the penny challenge with all this. So I'm just going to do these into pounds and see where we get with it. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, that's another pound, 20, 40, 60, 80 pound. If I am able to, I will try and fast forward this bit, but quite frankly, you guys know how terrible I am. 20, 40, 60, 80, because I just have an inability to do anything technological. 60, 80, 1, 20, 40, 60, 80. Here we go. So 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90. So 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90. Another pound. We can just not throw in a pile because that's not going to work. 10. Right, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. That's £11. And then we've got 10, 2, 4, 6, 8, 20, 22, 24, 26, 28, 30, 32, 34, 36, 37. So £11, 37. Right, so move it all across there again. And let's get the penny challenge out. Where are we? There we go. So I can definitely finish this. I know I can finish this time. So let's see how we get on. I feel like I haven't done this for ages. So let's have a look. So we are... I'm just going to write this down somewhere in case I get confused. 11.37. And we are minus 26, minus 25, minus 24, minus 23, minus 22, minus 21, minus 20, minus 19, minus 18, minus 16, minus 15, minus 14, minus 13, minus 11, minus 10, minus 9, then we've got minus 8, I've done that wrong, haven't I? No. No, I haven't. -7, -6, -5, -4, -3, -2, -1. Yeah. Guys, you will probably be able to tell me before anybody else if I've floofed that up anywhere. So we're on 8:15. Obviously I have got my stuff actually to one side, so let's clear this off. If I can find the right tools. There we go. So let's take this off, because we can actually take off this bit. I've never been, 12 months it's taken me to do this. I managed to like save like 300 and odd pounds last year on the penny challenge, and I don't know what happened this year. I think it's just I had too many challenges on the go, so it just caused a bit of an issue. So let's see if we can try and clean it up so it doesn't look like a blue blob. There we go. It's a little bit better, and we can start again. So £8.15. So we'll start off with the bonuses as we usually do. So -1, -1, -1, -1, -50. So that leaves us with £3.65. So -1, -99, -98, those 3, and the 68. Right, there we go. Guys, I can't tell you how happy that makes me, actually, just being able to sign those off. It's really weird. If I did screw up, which, let's be honest, it's me, it's a possibility, please let me know, because you guys are really, really good at that and stuff. So all of this can now go into this penny box, so I apologise if we end up with a lot of headphone people with a headache. So there we go, all done. Right, thank you guys for staying with me if you have. I know it's been a long one. What we are now, 43 minutes. So hopefully I might be able to fast forward through some stuff. If not, thank you so much for staying with me if you are still here. As always, oh, got another penny there. As always, if you haven't already and you would like to, then please subscribe. Please click that like button if you liked the video. And of course, there is the comment section down below. I always like to sort of read your feedback and see what you guys think. I will be doing my cash stuffing for week 2 of December. Weird that I've sort of skipped a week, and I'll upload that as normal. So I hope you've all had a wonderful weekend and have a wonderful start to the week, and I'll see you all very soon. Bye guys.